Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I am bringing you my adhesive desk caddy. So as you can see, it's quite cute, it's quite compact, but it carries majority of my adhesive that I use. So I've got my lovely little Tombow that sits in this cute little pocket. I have my glue dots in here, but if you wanted to, you could fit a snail in. And in the back there I have my dimensionals and my tear and tape, and it just sits so nice and tidy on my desk. Maybe that could, in fact, yes, even better, look, snail can fit in there too. So yeah, a really cute compact desk caddy, perfect for all those adhesives, and it'd be great to take to classes so that you could just actually give those to the nearest person or one between two, and they have everything they need, and it's just really quite cute. I've used Fresh Fig here, which sadly is retiring, but the colour I'm going to be using for ours is Blueberry Bushel, so at least we have an ink colour that we're using that's lovely and bright. So let's get making, because there are quite a few components to this one. So this is the back main box part here. And so you're going to need a sheet of cardstock that is 8 1/4 by 6 1/2. On the long side we're going to score at 4 1/4 and 5 1/4, and on the short side we're going to score at 1 and that doesn't seem right, it says 3 1/2, which would be there. That's not right. I would say it's 5 1/2, which I've got down as being 2.5 and 14 centimetres, but I will double check that, so check on my blog because the measurements are there. So short side we're scoring at 4 1/4 and 5 1/4, which is 7.5 and 10, and on the short side we're scoring at 1 and 5 1/2, which is 2.5 and 14. Yes, actually that would make it right. Okay. Put that one away and let's make this one up. So simple, fold, burnish, cut wedges. It's really easy, and all of the boxes are made in exactly the same way, so once you get to grips with it, it's really simple. So again, as we did for my project on, was it Saturday, exactly the same. We're going to cut the little squares into tabs. So just cut those notches out. Okay, so that's that bit done. Okay, and then again we're simply going to add some adhesive. I'm going to go with some wet glue just because it's going to be quicker and easier than tear and tape. So I'm adding some to those tabs there, and then I also want to add some to the inside of the shorter panels. Okay, and then we're going to tuck the short one in. I'm sure I've done this back to front now. We have, oh, I'm getting glue everywhere as well. Ignore me, the glue actually goes on the inside of the tabs. Inside of the tabs. So they go on the outside of the longer one, and then we tuck the front one in too. So they sit on the outside there. So the same again. So first one is the tab, and then we tuck the front in. Okay, so all you need to do then, if you want to use a ruler, a scoring tool, whatever you prefer, use your scissors, and you're going to just cut diagonally from the top to the corner. Okay, so we're just going from that back corner to the front corner. So you've got those sloping edges. Okay, so that is your main box done. So the next one we're going to do is the Tombow pocket, as I call it, and it's exactly the same method. So this piece of cardstock is 6 inches by 3 1/4, which is 15 by 8.2, and we're going to score the short side at 1 and 2 1/4, which is 2.5 and 5.7. The long side we are then going to score at 3 and 4 inches, which is 7.5 and 10. Exactly the same as we did before. So we're going to fold, burnish and cut those little squares into tabs. Like I said, super easy. So again, we're going to cut and score, cut the wedges and do exactly the same with this one. I'm rushing because it's all the same and it's just the measurements, so everything's boring. And then we're going to do exactly the same again, but this time we're going to glue inside the short and the tab on both sides. So again, we're going to fold the tab in and then the long one over the top. Make sure that your sides and everything are all even, because you don't want any of this to sort of overhang or hang silly. And then we're going to do the same this side. So fold that tab in and then your front bit over. Give that glue. And exactly the same again. So we're cutting from that back corner. I think this was when I cut my hand actually, now I remember. Across to the front. And there's our little Tombow pocket. Put that to one side. And last but not least is your glue dots pocket. And this one is cardstock 6x5, so 15 by 12.5. On the long side, again, we're scoring at 3 and 4 inches. And on the short side, we're scoring at 1 and 4. So you can see now how all of these work. They're exactly the same. You can adjust your measurements to fit whatever you want to keep in your adhesive caddy. But these fit a full roll of glue dots and a full size roll of tear and tape. And again, we're just cutting those little squares into tabs. Squares into tabs. And guess what? We're going to do the adhesive just the same. Inside tab, inside short piece. And then the same again, tab and front shorter piece over the top. So long piece in, then your tab, then the front shorter piece. Stick that down. And then again with your scissors from the back corner to the front, we're just cutting that angle off. It just makes it look a bit tidier. So there's all of our boxes made up. So now we need to add our DSP. So the piece for the front of your glue dots, oops, it's over the page hiding. So the piece for the front of your glue dots is 2 3/4 by 1 3/4, which is 7 by 4.5 centimetres. So I'm just going to pop that one on there. And then we need to add a piece to the side. I've got so many bits here now, I can't remember which bit's for which. Let's see. So the side piece is 1 3/4 by 3/4, which is 4 centimetres by 2. Okay, the front of your Tombow pocket is 1 3/4 by 1 inch, and that's 4 by about 2.7 centimetres. And then we need to do the opposite side, which is exactly the same as your glue dot pocket. So it's 1 by 1 3/4. No, it's not. It's, oh yes, it is 1 3/4 by 3/4, which is 4 by 2. These two, ideally stick them together. So let's just put some adhesive on those whilst we're waiting, and just slide them on your desk and pop them together. Now you might want to use tear and tape on this, as it will just stick quicker and easier. We'll stick those together and leave them there a second, because I have the side panels for the main pocket, and these are 2 3/4 by 3/4, which is 2 by 7 centimetres, and you need 2. Just on the side there. And then we need to add adhesive to the back of your pockets. Again, if you want to use tear and tape, it's going to be a bit stronger and quicker. And then again, put it on your desk standing up, because then you know that they're going to be flat. And there is a very small edge either side. It doesn't sit quite flush. If you see on this one, I've got a gap this side. Can you see there? Gap this side, but not on this side, because I wasn't paying attention when I did it. So this one has an equal gap now, thereabouts anyway. So there is your little adhesive desk caddy. And then I used my layered circled framelets and my lovely Crafting Forever housework whenever, which is quite ironic because I have housework to do today, but I can't be bothered. I want to craft instead. So this is perfect for me today. So I've just simply stamped that with that lovely Crafting Forever stamp set, and then popped some snail on the back and pop that on the front of that pocket there. And all I've got left to do now is pop in my dimensionals, my tear and tape, my glue dots, and even my Tombow, which can go upside down as well once it starts to get empty. And I might even just pop my snail in there. And there you have your adhesive desk caddy. I hope you like them, and I hope to see you all again soon.